another round of projects is finally beginning. We have put this off for a while. We're gonna work on the upstairs. Really, all it needs is paint and stairs, but the drywall up here is really not great, and so I think that's why I've been putting it off, because we're gonna have to patch a lot of like weird things, and I've already been working on some of it, and I sanded it, like wet sponge sanded it, and it's looking better, but I'll show you that. And then there's just weird creases that like the tape is coming off, and it just they didn't do a good job. So we have to fix all of that before we can paint. So I think that's why I've been putting it off. So Memorial Day weekend, we are going to be replacing these stairs. We're just gonna do the treads, we're not gonna do the risers. Then we can paint. I'm hoping to have all of the drywall fixing done by the time we do the stairs. So if we just go into it. So let me show you what I've been working on so far. This all, and I just wet sponge sanded it, so it's looking a little bit better. But right here you can see it's just like a weird dip that we're trying to patch. This was really weird, but that's mostly all sanded down. In the creases here, all the tape is starting to come out. And then here, this is looking a lot better than it was, but it was just like a real sharp botched corner. So there's a little bit of that still that I want to fix, but mainly these creases coming up all through here and then through here. All that needs to be remudded, and we'll try and sand that down. And then at one point there was a railing here, but it looks like they had taken it off, and they left really big holes. So we've got most of those patched, and that's what I was just working on sanding. So I think that's all pretty much good. But then same thing, you come to this wall over here, and most of this we've already mudded, but it still like sticks out weird. Over in this corner, that all needs to be like remudded to try and fill that out. Up here, we've got some of that going on too. In this crease, that part should all be fine. Up here will not be. That needs to be redone too. But it's mainly like this wall section that needs love. Everything else should be fine with mudding. And then this is what we've got picked out for paint samples right now. I really want to color drench this whole space blue and do the stairs like this. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. We got color samples yesterday. I think all of these we've decided are too blue. We don't like those. These, the section's our favorite. So we like these two and these two over here. For the stairs, what we need to do is we're taking off the treads. They're pretty beat up, and I tried sanding them down, and there's just way too much residue on here to get them smooth. So we're gonna pull those up. We're gonna keep the risers and paint those, and I think I want to do those blue. Do pine for the treads and stain those a darker brown. And then we also don't have any stair skirting going on, which you can see there's parts, especially up towards the top where the drywall over here starts to like lean out. So we need to put some skirting on, but I think that will happen after we've painted, because that can be like a final thing that goes on. All right, I don't know if you can see me. I hope you can. What I'm gonna use to try and get this all pretty again, I don't know what I did with my drywall bucket mutter pan, so we're just gonna use these two, and hopefully that's fine. I've got a 14-inch and I think a 6-inch. I'm using the extra fine, like light green mud for this because that's easier to sand. And I don't know if that's really what I need to be using, but that's what I'm gonna be using. I can get this off. Oh, please. this is not wanting to come off. Okay, finally got it off. That was difficult for no good reason. I haven't opened this in a while, but it's still looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna mix it a little bit. Not off to a good start. I am not good at drywalling. So when it comes to like patch jobs like this, I guess I'm fine doing that in the future because it already looks bad. I'll try my best and it'll look better than it did when I started. However, when we add the bathroom in our bedroom and when we do the main bathroom, I would prefer hey, leave that alone. Leave that alone. Don't walk in that. Ash. Don't walk on the lid. Thank you. I would prefer that when we get to that point that we can hire that out because we can hang the drywall. It might not necessarily look good, but it's just this part that I'm not a fan of. I think I want to switch from the 14 to the 6 because this is just not going as I want it to. All right, here's what we're working with right now. So this is where I think I just need to let it dry because I've got it built up from like there to there, but then I can't put anything more in there without just gouging that. So that needs to dry. This all just needs to dry again too until I can sand that because I just keep gouging it. So moving on. All right, this weekend's project is replacing our stair treads. So I have found what we're gonna use. It's already got a curve to it and everything. These are pine because those are $14, almost $15 a board, and everything else is like $30 a board. So we're gonna do pine, which is fine because that's what the wood we used in the shelves and stuff is. So it'll stay the same. I need 12 of these. The other things we're doing today is building a cage for my strawberry plant because it's in a raised bed, but last year all of the squirrels ate them. So we have leftover 2x4s and I need chicken wire and then just a bunch of like other little things for the stairs, like the glue and wood filler. And then I was gonna get paint samples for upstairs today too, like little jars of them, but I left those in the car. So I will just get those at Ace later. I'm not going, it's raining today and I'm not going back outside until I have to. So these sit underneath the drywall, so it's kind of impossible for us to put a new stair tread on and actually anchor it into anything. because the drywall was put on after they had done the stair treads. So, and we also don't have a center bracing like I've seen a lot of stairs have. But as far as it goes with like unearthing projects in our house, this one's not terrible. So what we're doing is just taking a 7-inch piece of 2x4 and putting it right in there. So it kind of, because some of these risers are a little bit loose too. And there's not a piece in the back that we can nail the stair tread into either. They were nailing it into the risers. So this going in here gives us a little bit more support for the risers to tack into, because some of them are loose, and then it restabilizes this a little bit, and then it gives us another ledge to be able to actually staple these stairs into. We've done these 3 so far, and we've got these to go. But the hardest part has been just taking the stairs off, so this part's not too bad. So these are in now, and this riser moves just a little bit. So I'm gonna come all the way over here and put another screw in. I'm just using construction screws. Because then when we do the stair skirting, that'll eventually cover those holes, hopefully. Okay, so I got one here and one down here because that part broke, so there'd be nothing there. And now she don't wiggle anymore. So that's quality enough for us in this household. Ben's outside cutting the stair treads right now. We're doing about 36.5 inches long and then 10 inches deep. Here he comes. Look at that stair tread. Okay, then we're gonna do a little dry fit first to make sure that it's in there and looks fine. So she fits. Now we're gonna put down some adhesive. So then this stuff, you just spread all over. All right, then okay, you get that good and down. Okay, your turn. And then you take a staple gun and put a bunch of staples in it. Nice. Here's a little update for you guys what we've been up to. Today is Monday, so on Saturday we finished priming everything that I had mudded. Evan sanded all the stairs and put more wood filler in, so those are closer to being to where we can stain them. They're not there yet, which is fine because I've been dropping a little bit of paint on them, so I need to sand. We got it wiped off, but I'll need to sand anyways before we stain. And he also recaulked the shower. That bathroom is just not fun right now, so he recaulked the shower and got the stairs sanded, got everything up here primed, and then I also did all the edging in for the paint. So this is our paint color. Originally what I thought we were doing, I'll show you our 3 choices. Actually, look at you. Okay, these were our 3 choices originally. So we have
English Hollyhock, I think, Dusty Denim, and I don't know what that one's called. I'll have to look. But we liked those three the most. Evan wanted a darker color, so we were gonna go with the Dusty Denim. I wanted to do it lightened by 25%, so at 75% saturation. And it's a thing because you can get it done. I got a sample size of it done. I've seen people do it, but I have a hard time getting a sample of it because people were either telling me it's not a thing or I don't know. They're just, yeah. So we got a sample of the 75% saturation Dusty Denim. I liked that because my concern is once it's all painted up here, it's gonna feel really dark. The nice thing is we get a lot of natural light, so this ended up being fine. Anyways, we went to the store, got 2 gallons of the paint, lightened at 75%, or lightened, yeah, at 75% saturation. And then I got home, started edging in, and I knew right away, I'm like, this isn't right. So this is the full sample size, saturation, Dusty Denim, which it's not that big of a difference. You can see it. You can see it right here. So this is what it was supposed to be, and this is what we have, which it's not that big of a deal. It'll be fine. It looks, the camera's picking up way darker than I feel like it's actually looking. But once everything's in here, it'll be fine. It'll be good. So. Oh, hi, you gonna help me? No. Evan's also working today, and this is also his office, and he works from home some days. So, I'm just gonna work on some stuff until it becomes a nuisance for him, and I have to start getting ready for my job. Okay, real quick, I want to show you guys. I'm also taking my nail polish off, so ignore this. I want to show you the progress that we've made upstairs. We have the stairs stained. I need to do the polyurethane coat on top of them and then paint the risers still, but the stain is on. And then I finished painting upstairs. It looks so good, but I'm always out of phone storage, so my video cut off when I was trying to show you the progress of me painting, so you haven't seen it in a second. Evan's also working from home today, so I'm gonna like just kind of show you, but won't stay up there for too long. So here's the stairs. Obviously, once all of that is taken care of, it's gonna look so much better, and once they're top coated and everything. Oh, and then this is the blue. It is super pretty. Okay, this is the finished paint, and it turned out super good. I did the ceiling with the same finish. I didn't do like a matte or anything, but I think it looks good. This is just a little spare bedroom area setup that we've got going on too, and then inside of this closet here did the same thing. So we're gonna need to refinish the floors and paint them and everything. That'll be the next project, but this is at least our paint update. So cute. Okay, bye.